Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. Now, a news story. Kind of a little bit of a rant on a certain thing in NASCAR. We're going to be talking about something that I've had a problem with, the charter system. Ever since the charter system was implemented in NASCAR, I've had a huge problem with it. So, I'm going to go back and talk about what is the charter system? Specifically, what is the charter system? Basically, what it is it's a system where 36 teams are guaranteed spots into each race. Even if they're dog shit slow, they are guaranteed into a NASCAR race. They get paid more money basically because they show up to the track. And because of this charter system, it has caused a lot of problems in the sport. Have you noticed that there are more races increasing where there are less drivers coming to the race, and even there only being 36 cars entering the race? Some weeks, of course, there have been 37, 38 drivers, but we haven't had a 40-car field at many of the races, which is how many cars can fully fill up the race, and we're not even really having many fail to qualify. But like I said, have you noticed that there are a lot more races with 36 cars, and those being the only charter cars? It's because those guys are guaranteed into the race. And why is that, you may ask? Well, the uncharted cars get paid a quarter of what the charter drivers get. Yes, that is one of the biggest reasons why you're seeing less and less drivers showing up to the track and teams driving up to the track. Like Gaunt Brothers Racing, for example. They're really not showing up to as many races, aren't they? There's other teams to be included in as well. What about what's that one team that was supposed to race this year? The team at Tanner Berry Hill drives. That team, they haven't shown up. Where are they at? Beer Motorsports, another team that doesn't show up for more than one or two races. Same with the IK9 Motorsports team. That team's kind of been some controversy, but because I haven't seen them. They said they were supposed to be back in New Hampshire. I wonder where they were. But anyhow, yeah, they're not showing up to the track, really. I kind of wonder why. Because these guys get paid less. So they're not taking risk of going to the track. They're getting paid very little of what the teams that do have these charters get. So they're not showing up to the track unless it's a big race. Because they don't want to risk it. They don't want to risk losing, not making as much money. If they had charters, they would be making more money and showing up to the track. That's why teams like Spire Motorsports and Rick Ray Racing always show up to the track. Even though they're dog shit slow every week, they get their show up to the track every week. And this is another big problem, too, I have, is that in qualifying, if there's more than 40 cars and an uncharted driver beats a charter driver to the line, that charter driver, even though they were slower in qualifying, they get into the race, and that uncharted driver goes home. That is not fair. That is ridiculous, and it's unfair because that uncharted driver was quicker than the charter driver. A perfect example, in 2016, Ryan Blaney's team was an uncharted team, Wood Brothers, because they hadn't raced for the length of what you're supposed to race as a full-time team. They came back to being full-time in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. And they were uncharted. Because a team like, if the 34 team, another team I give an example, is trying to think of a team that's, the BK Racing, there you go. That team, I'm pretty sure the 83 of that team was chartered. Because they have the charter, even if Ryan Blaney was faster than by a little bit, Ryan Blaney's team could go home because they don't have the charter. And that is not fair. If a team is faster, they should be able to make it. It doesn't matter. It's ridiculous. Which is why today I'm saying the charter system needs to be completely wiped off the face of the earth. And every driver, it doesn't matter how fast or slow they are, should have to qualify the racing. The only exception to this is Daytona 500 qualifying, where only the front row can get it. Everyone else, race at Daytona 500 qualifying, has to race their way in. And if you're the slowest couple cars, tough shit, you're out of the race. You took the risk. You took the risk of getting into the race. Why would this help? It will give drama to the weekend, more drama weekend, and more media attention. Could you imagine if on your screen or an article's reading, Chase Elliott didn't make it into the Daytona 500, or Kyle Busch missed a race at Richmond or Watkins Glen, or Brad Keselowski missed a race, or Mark Truex Jr. Kyle Larson missed the race. Could you imagine? This is also similar to Indy 500 qualifying, and look at the Indy 500. Ratings went up. Yes, it was on NBC, of course, but yeah, it was on NBC because the first race on NBC they really gave spot previews to it a lot better than ESPN did. pretty much that, and it would give more attention. And imagine if like a small team makes it. What would a story be if Gaunt Brothers made it to to like Bristol, and you had a slow team, like a fast team. Like I said, imagine highlights of like Gaunt Brothers Racing made it, and Joe Gibbs' car didn't make the show because they were slower. And another thing too, if you fail inspection, if you're the last car in qualifying, and if you would fail inspection, you would basically wouldn't get to go to the race. That guy that was behind you, even if they were slower than you, if that car in front of them fails inspection, they get out of the race. I know it's a little confusing and stuff, but it would work out. It'd make a lot of sense, and I think a lot of fans would be happy if they fail qualifying inspection. I'm not saying fail race inspection. I'm saying fail qualifying inspection. I just think in general that the charter system is wrong, and it's been broken ever since it came into sport. I'm a guy who's usually positive about a lot of things in sport, even though I've made a lot of negative videos in the past. I'm a guy who is kind of positive toward sport. I'm really excited for the future. Well, not completely, because some of the things that Steve O'Donnell and those guys have said. But I would think the charter system, and a lot of people agree with me, that the charter system just needs to be wiped off the face of this earth. Time for it to go. Charter system needs to go. Everyone should have to race their way in. Plain and simple. It's time for this change to be enacted. Let's get this shit done, please. Anyway, that's it for the video. Only thing, guys, watching this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications on so you can notify when it goes on my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description below that. And comment below your opinions on the charter system. Do you think it needs to be out of the sport? Comment below your opinions on that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.